This is my day one update for my Frostblades Trickster. It's been just slightly over 24 hours. I lost track of time. I was having fun, had some stuff going on, and I did not have a super smooth league start. A lot of other people said that they had a very smooth league start. This league was the worst that I've had as far as connectivity and disconnects, and probably I had more disconnects probably than the last 4 or 5 leagues combined, and I had some areas where I was in between like 250, 450 ping, when my normal ping is somewhere in the neighborhood of, anywhere from 30 to 60 usually from the Texas server. So it hasn't been super great for me, but other than that, I've enjoyed the league so far. So I'm currently level 78, Frostblades Trickster. Skill tree looks like this. I'll put a POE in the description below. Kind of transitioning into a lot of my crit stuff now, and also getting spell suppression. I'm temporarily taking the chance to suppress spell damage as lucky because my spell suppression is 72 and it's actually 62 with when I'm not at full life. So I'm kind of taking that. Just for reference, what this does, it's quite nice. Like, this point is very efficient for me until I do get my spell suppression sorted out, which I will want because I'll occasionally get one shot without having 100% spell suppression. But the benefit of this is basically when you're at about 70 spell suppression, it's worth about 21 spell suppression. It basically gives you, if you're at 70%, a 91% chance to suppress spells overall on average. So that's very efficient. 21 spell suppression for a single point. Very nice, definitely worthwhile. So I am temporarily taking that. But other than that, not too many big surprises. I'm going to start like pathing through here and specking out some of these points and pick up resourcefulness to get a little bit more spell suppression just as soon as I get the elusive crit multi mastery on the dagger node here on From Shadows, plus the additional 40% elusive effect. So when I have that all up and running, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop in a map. I haven't made a lot of currency this league. I bought this claw for 1 chaos and then crafted the lightning damage on it. I bought this shield for 2 chaos. I bought this 5 link for 4 chaos, and then I found one in a ritual that I'm going to, as soon as I get the colors right, switch over to. And I also bought this amulet for like 1 chaos. So I spent like 7 or 8 chaos, and then I have 4 left over. So I found 12. And right before I filmed, I said I'm going to do one last map. And in that map, got a Calm Spirit. And also I have an Imperial Claw in my inventory. What I've been doing is picking up Imperial Claws and then just taking them into maps with me, because the claw that I have now is going to be replaced at some point because it has relatively low attack speed and crit chance. It has tier 4 crit chance and tier 3 attack speed, but it does have plus 0.8 base crit chance, and also it gives me 20% chance to gain an endurance charge when you stun an enemy with a melee hit. You can stun trash mobs really easily, especially with the reduced enemy stun threshold, even though you basically get 50% less or 33% less stun chance with elemental damage compared to physical. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll just pop in and do my first yellow map. I'm just getting started on yellow maps. This looks fine. The poison's going to be a little gnarly because we don't have any chaos resist yet, but that's okay. Well, you can see me struggle here. I'm just starting to get my flasks sorted out, so yeah, just getting everything going here. Okay, got the envoy. So what I'm probably going to do here is I'm going to tomorrow go ahead and I'm going to film all of the boss fights, so Endless Hunger and all that kind of thing, for my first 2 watchstones, because I plan on getting those between tonight and tomorrow morning. But yeah, I had like 20 disconnects overall, so it hasn't been super good, but still have really terrible boots. I'll show you my gear. My gear is not very good. The claw I have and my shield are pretty good. Basically, the pieces I bought are alright, but all of the pieces I found, except for maybe one ring, which is decent. Really terrible gear at the moment. I don't know why I'm picking up scrolls here. I don't really know what the most efficient way to clear shore is. I just kind of do like a little zigzag pattern starting from the back, personally. Everybody kind of has their own ways that they clear. So, yeah, my damage is quite nice so far. I think my POB DPS is somewhere in between like 400, somewhere north of 400k, which isn't too bad for white maps, and it's good enough to get us into early red maps, and I still have like low level gems and stuff, and I don't have the higher crafts for elemental damage that I do have crafted on, so I'll get some DPS out of that as well. I'm going to do one of these on the Crucible. I'm going to clear stuff out around it real quick first. Actually, I should keep it up in case I need charges, because these are pretty dangerous. They can be. The lightning and chaos ones are by far the worst for me. I'm just going to go ahead and let that guy smack me. Oh, he's got burning ground. That's annoying. Alright. Yeah, so these lightning ones do way too much damage. Those balls, if you stand inside where like a bunch of those balls are congregated, it's really bad. And the boss for the lightning one is one of the scarier ones. The physical boss is also pretty scary. But yeah, then I just check the claw, see what it has. This one has flat lightning damage, base crit chance, mana per hit, and weapon range here, accuracy, increased chill effect. The downside to both the chill and freeze one don't affect us at all. Okay, this is actually a good node, but not really for us. Yeah, so this is bad, so I'm gonna drop it, and then I'll do the next one. So basically, yeah, I just try to do an Imperial Claw every single map if I can. I'll run out eventually, but sometimes I get like 2 or 3 Imperial Claws in one map. They do show up on, like, the white bases are shown for just this purpose, and later on when I get higher ones, if it's too dangerous to do them in higher maps, there's a few more monsters here. If it's too dangerous to do them in higher maps, what I'm going to end up doing is, okay, good enough. What I'm going to end up doing is just taking them back into white maps and doing them. Apparently, I tried something cheeky. I saved up like 5 or 6, and I tried going into Act 9 and going to the quarry. But unfortunately, the crucibles don't show up anymore when you're in the quarry, so that's a little bit unfortunate. All right, so we can start doing our Maven Witness stuff now. Just check. Oh. If those resistances weren't so terrible, that would be a decent pair of gloves. Well, unfortunate. Oh, wow. This is a good ring. Okay. Look at that bad boy. Out of a tier 6 map. 41 dex, 39 int, 79 life, and 42 lightning res. Wow. Beauty. Okay. I'll figure out if I want to sell that. Probably sell it. I don't actually. Ooh, 30 move speed, 61 life. I didn't even look at that. Okay, got some good rares from that map. Uncommonly good rares. All right, might be coming into some more currency here after all. Here's my Atlas so far. Basically, I just popped right down the middle, grabbed Shaping the Skies, and I'm gonna kick up here and grab Shaping the Valleys and Seas. I don't think I'll need to do Shaping the Mountains. Usually I just get 3 of the shapings, and then what I'll do after that is I'll come up to the quantity wheel, and then I will grab Essence, maybe some of these other Essence nodes over here as well, and then I'll basically just progress, and if I need to, and once I have most of my Atlas complete, I'll figure out what I'm going to do for my Atlas strategy first. I would like to try either new Breach or the new Abyss, one or the two. I think I'm leaning more towards Breach because I've been doing Abyss a lot lately. So I think maybe I'll pick out Abyss, and of course I'll set up my altar farming as well. You can actually set up for both of the altars at once now, if you want to be lazy and not have to switch back and forth. I probably won't, but can do. All right, and put this point here. Okay, so I showed my Atlas tree and my skill tree. Now I'm going to show the gear. This is my claw. It's just attack speed, crit chance with a crafted lightning damage and some physical damage. Nothing special. It's good, but not great. And the tree I have is 8 to 14 chaos damage, 0.8 base crit strike, and then this one, which generates endurance charges, which is actually really good and makes me kind of want to hesitate. The last two are hatred aura effect, but I'm not going to have the reservation to do this anyway, and I'm still on Wrath. And then basically double stun duration, because it would negate the first benefit from this, so we just have base stun threshold. These two would counteract, so I just have 24% chance to double stun duration. I'm not going to push this one any farther. I might put it on hold for later to get the hatred, but since this is not a super high item level, I want like item level 82 and 84 is where a lot of the good stuff comes from. So it'll probably be outclassed regardless. And then I have this ring, which I got from a June mission. It just had high life, good mana, some flat fizz, increased lightning damage. And since we're still on Wrath and haven't switched to Hatred yet, that's really good. And most importantly, this was very important at the time. The intelligence less so now, but it had the 32 strength and intelligence roll that I unveiled. That was actually really huge because I needed strength and intelligence. I also didn't have a negate amulet at the time. I had this coral amulet that, you know, just has life, a couple resists, and a crafted flat lightning roll on it. So yeah, this ring is pretty nice actually, very high life, so that's good. Helmet is okay. It's just armor evasion hybrid with 53 life, which isn't great. Good cold resist, decent lightning resist, and bad fire res, but you know, it does the job. Current resists are 87, 93, and 113, so we are LE weakness capped, but need to start working on chaos resist big time, because there are chaos monsters that can come out of the Crucible. The amulet I have here is actually pretty good. It is, first of all, a negate amulet, which is immensely important, and second of all, it has 66 life, some crafted resists, so I have a little bit of all the resists, and then it has accuracy and evasion. So you know, not high rolls of anything, but a lot of stats that we like, so that's really good. Other ring here, some strength, which I still need actually. Still need that strength. Current strength requirement is 148 with level 18 and 19 totems. I am using both Ancestral Protector and War Chief now. This is a big damage increase. With just War Chief, I go from 30k tooltip without any buffs to 35, and then I go up to 46 with Protector as well. So I've been running that with multi-totems, pretty good. A lot of people have been suggesting that I do that for a long time, and I looked at the DPS and I'm like, yeah, okay, I need to stop being lazy, especially considering now with that new Elemental Mastery, I'm not actually running, what's it called? Frost Bomb anymore for exposure. You don't need it. You just don't need it. It's actually kind of detrimental in most of the cases, except the only time it's beneficial is if you're against a tough rare that does not have any resistance modifiers on it of any sort. So that's the only time it's really beneficial. So yeah. But shield, this shield, I bought this for 2 chaos. This was an absolute steal for 2 chaos. It didn't have its tree unveiled yet either, but yeah, 81 life, very high evasion, good fire resist. Well, not very high, but pretty high evasion. Good lightning. The 9 block is enormous, and then I just crafted more evasion on it. And the tree, 20 life and increased stun threshold, so I'm harder to stun now and just get some extra life. So this is giving me a total of 101 life. Pretty good. And then the 24% increased armor evasion and energy shield, which is also nothing to scoff at. Quite nice. And then when I get done with this, I just can unveil this last one and sell it for a magmatic ore, which I haven't really gotten any of yet. My other choices were to go down and get this minus block and spell block chance, but this was like the clear answer. The avoid bleeding is potentially useful, but yeah, I don't want the chance to be poisoned with no chaos resist currently, so I'm kind of avoiding that. Body armor, I bought this white for 4 chaos and then just crafted on it. I used an essence for the life, I believe. Oh, maybe not. I thought I used an essence, but I think I did. I think it just shows up, and it was a small one. And I did hit hybrid life, and then mana and cold resist, which I needed very much so at the time. And then I just crafted lightning, which I don't really need. I could change the craft on this, but since I'm switching body armor soon, I don't really need to. Gloves, just life and a couple resists. Really, really boring gloves. I can't even craft any damage or attack speed or anything on them because it's all full up with boring mods, like this really bad life regen roll and this evasion stun block recovery. Unfortunate, but I'll replace these eventually. They're fine for now, and they'll probably be fine for a long time if I don't want to replace them, but I'd like to get some damage on my glove slot. And I'm not going to be buying any of the uniques for the build until I get my first 2 watchstones. I should probably mention that just because I think I told people basically that I had used this build to get my first 2 watchstones before and up to tier 16 maps, and I kind of want to put my money where my mouth is, and I will show you the footage for that tomorrow. The belt, just a lot of strength, 46 strength, and then a little bit of life and a little bit of resistances. This can very easily be replaced at pretty much any time. These boots are hot garbage, 10% attack speed, bad life, bad resists, but I haven't found anything better. As far as when I sell my cows, this is going to be probably one of my first priorities to replace. Yeah, the only things that I feel like really need to be replaced at the moment are pretty much these boots and maybe the belt. So gonna look to try to get some chaos resist on these and like higher other resist rolls so that I'm not so stretched thin on the resistance front. As far as flasks go, I just started kind of getting my flasks in order, so got a Stib Knight with no quality yet. Just like shock avoid, chance to gain flasks when you deal crit, nothing special. Got a bleed immunity flask that also has chance to gain a flash charge when you deal crit strike. This is actually really nice to have as on top of the bleed and corrupted blood immunity, because some of the Crucible fights, the bosses will spawn corrupted blood stuff, and those can be really long fights. So having this up consistently for those fights with the gain a flash charge on crit is very, very, very good. I had one fight. I killed the map boss. It was like in a tier 4 map. I killed the map boss in like 1 second flat. And then the Crucible unique that I spawned that had like corrupted blood, it was a big axe guy with the temporal shield. It took me a full 2 minutes to fight. So that's how much harder the Crucible guys or the Crucible monsters can be if you fully charge it. I have, a poorly rolled diamond flask that I'm going to replace or upgrade at some point. I do have quality on my Quicksilver and my Silver Flask at the moment. This one gives attack speed and increased duration, so not too bad. This one gives me flask gain on crit strike and stun and block recovery, 20%. So these are kind of in an alright spot. I'll probably refine those a little bit more later, but yeah, I just need to get them automated. But I don't have that many instilling orbs yet. Probably buy those up. And yeah, that is pretty much the full update. My plan's just to get my first 2 watchstones and start farming, and then test out some of the new changed mechanics a little bit. So I'll probably be doing Breach on day 3 and probably day 4, depending on how long I enjoy it. So basically just going for altar farming and Breach from this point. I hope you enjoy your league start. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye.